Hello everyone, welcome back to my Royal Life News channel. The story for today is Harry and Meghan have been invited to appear on the Buckingham Palace balcony during the Platinum Jubilee celebrations but will not be allowed to have a formal role in the celebrations, it was reported today. If the couple decide to travel to London for the Queen's Platinum Jubilee, they will appear at family events including the traditional balcony appearance and a service of thanksgiving at St. Paul's Cathedral. However, given they are no longer senior working royals, they cannot take part in trooping the colour or play a central role in any events taking place over the 4-day bank holiday weekend, The Telegraph reported. It comes as the Duke of Sussex broke his silence on his secret olive branch meeting with the Queen last week. Harry said it was great to see his 96-year-old grandmother during a quick stop-off at Windsor Castle, where he also met his father Prince Charles, reportedly for just 15 minutes, before going to Holland for the Invictus Games. The Prince, himself a military veteran who founded the event for wounded, injured and sick servicemen and women in 2014, said his grandmother had plenty of messages for Team UK when he met her last week. He added he had passed these on to the team, telling the BBC, "So, it was great to see her and I'm sure she would love to be here if she could." Harry and Meghan reportedly promised the Queen that she will get to hug her great-grandchildren Archie and Lilibet in the near future during the meeting. Aides believe that Harry and Meghan's presence at her traditional Jubilee flypast would mean a lot to Her Majesty, who has yet to meet the couple's daughter Lilibet and who is learning to live without her husband of 7 decades Prince Philip after his death last year. It will likely mark the last big family balcony appearance of her reign, which will soon enter its 71st year. However, sources warned that the Sussexes' attendance will have to be carefully managed, and will involve a leap of faith from all sides after the couple made a string of damaging claims, including bombshell allegations of racism against an unnamed senior royal made in their Oprah tell-all last year, since they quit royal life and moved to Montecito. Harry would also have to backtrack amid a row over his security, after he launched legal action against the Home Office, alleging that he didn't feel safe bringing his family to the UK following the government's decision not to provide them with police protection. A spokesman for the Sussexes said they were not in a position to discuss future travel plans. Tonight Harry broke his silence on his secret meeting with the Queen and put a positive spin on his visit by saying she would have loved to be at the Invictus Games. The Duke of Sussex said it was great to see her during a quick stop-off before his arrival in the Netherlands for the competition. The 37-year-old, who founded the event for wounded, injured and sick servicemen and women in 2014, said the 96-year-old monarch had plenty of messages for Team UK when he met her at Windsor Castle last week. He added he had passed these on to the team, telling the BBC, "So, it was great to see her and I'm sure she would love to be here if she could." The Duke and Duchess made a flying visit to Windsor last week to meet Her Majesty and Charles for a peace offering, before travelling to The Hague. The couple flew to London from their home in California, where their 2 children are believed to currently be. According to the Mirror, senior royal sources described the meeting as very cordial and incredibly warm and good-natured. Harry and Meghan reportedly opened the door to return from the US for the Queen's Platinum Jubilee celebrations, and told her of their plans to visit again so she can spend time with the children. The Queen is yet to meet her great-granddaughter, 11-month-old Lilibet, who was named after Her Majesty's childhood nickname. Archie, 7th in line to the British throne, is now 2 years old, and reports have previously hinted at the Queen's sadness at not having the chance to spend more time with him. News of Harry and Meghan's promise came after it emerged earlier that the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge were away holidaying in the French Alps with their children, just as the surprise visit occurred. Prince William and Kate are understood to be staying in the resort of Courchevel, with a picture circulating online of them watching their eldest son Prince George enjoy a skiing lesson. Royal correspondent Robert Jobson said that it was significant that the couple were not involved in the meeting between Harry and Meghan and other senior royals. The brothers' relationship is understood to be at rock bottom since Harry pressed the nuclear button on his royal life. Meanwhile, Buckingham Palace is said to be making contingency plans for Jubilee events to take place if the Queen is forced to withdraw over health concerns. Meetings have taken place as aides decide who will be where, which younger royals can take her place and which roles to give to various members of the royal family. The Queen, who is 95 and turns 96 on Thursday, is determined to attend as many events as possible. The Telegraph reports that her struggles with mobility mean that in reality, her participation is likely to be minimal. The paper said the palace aides are working on plans to ensure that she can attend with dignity, as she will be unable to walk up the many steps. Despite earlier reports that the Duke of York could accompany her, the Telegraph reports that it is the Duchess of Cornwall, who is also absolutely besotted by racing, who will attend alongside her. Her Majesty revealed that fighting coronavirus in February has left her exhausted in a video call with NHS staff and patients last week. She told them, "It does leave one very tired and exhausted, doesn't it? This horrible pandemic. It's not a nice result." Royal biographer Angela Levin said the Queen's presence at Jubilee events will be limited due to her frailty. She said, "It's going to be very difficult and I think they will only show her in a few instances, maybe at the service at St. Paul's. That will be very important to her because she is a Christian. I don't think we'll see her around and about. Maybe she'll be well enough to sit and watch horses, it won't be her everywhere, but if she is there, she will appreciate the fact the public will be wanting to be there and supporting her. I imagine that the aides are worried that if the public don't see her, people may think that if Shusha's not there it's not worth us going. I'm sure everyone in the palace hopes that people will turn up to show their respects and say thank you for an extraordinary reign both in length and in breadth." The Queen stoically attended the memorial service for her beloved husband Prince Philip's memorial service. But she asked Prince Andrew to support her as she walked. Prince Charles is expected to attend almost all of the Jubilee events, representing the Queen where appropriate if she is unable to attend. When Buckingham Palace announced that the Queen had tested positive at Windsor, it was said that she had mild cold-like symptoms. While she had her weekly audience with the Prime Minister, she did not appear on scheduled video calls. Sources told the Daily Mail the cancellations to recent events were made because she sounded croaky and full of cold and not because her condition had worsened. She also pulled out of the annual Commonwealth Day service, albeit more due to mobility problems. However, it seems that like many who have contracted COVID, the Queen, who is triple jabbed and likely to have had her second booster injection by now, is suffering from after effects including extreme exhaustion. This will no doubt add to the mounting health problems of the last 6 months, which saw her needing hospital care last autumn and unable to conduct an engagement outside palace walls for 6 months. The Queen notably missed the Commonwealth Day service on Monday, March 14, which was attended in her absence by the Prince of Wales, the Duchess of Cornwall and the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. The monarch had previously been given rest orders by doctors even before catching COVID, and had been forced to cancel a 2-day trip to Northern Ireland on October 20 at the last minute. Other affected events before Christmas included the COP26 Climate Summit in Glasgow on November 1, for which the Queen recorded a video message, the Festival of Remembrance at the Royal Albert Hall on November 10 and the National Service of Remembrance on November 14. She was finally seen in public at the Duke of Edinburgh's service of Thanksgiving at the end of last month. While she has also pulled out of this week's Maundy service in Windsor for the first time ever due to her mobility and handed responsibility to the Prince of Wales and Duchess of Cornwall, she has stoically continued video calls and audiences. 4 key events are said to be considered as priorities for the Queen to attend in person, the Express reports, including the state opening of Parliament in May, the Derby at Epsom, the Trooping of the Colour in June and a special service at St. Paul's Cathedral that same month to mark her Platinum Jubilee. Earlier today, Prince Harry praised the extraordinary commitment of Ukrainians taking part in his Invictus Games, in spite of Russia's invasion of their homeland. He said the competition would not be the same without a team from Ukraine. The competition's founder also revealed how 4 members of the Ukraine team had died while defending their country in the build-up to the week-long sporting competition. And he said news of their deaths brings it home the scale and real-life consequences of the conflict in Ukraine. Speaking to the BBC, he said, "I was struggling for 24 hours about what to say about Team Ukraine. The whole world is definitely behind them, but again, is that enough? When you get to see and speak to them, and see in their eyes the experiences and the things they have seen, just in the last few weeks, it is really hard. It is emotional to think that they all jumped in the bus. First of all they had to make the decision to come, then they jumped in the coach, probably slept all the way, and I think what people need to remember, or perhaps don't even know yet, the vast majority of the Ukraine team were serving in some shape or form. So they would remove their uniforms, put their team strips on, jumped on their coach, came over here, slept for a couple days, tried to decompress and then was straight into it. And they have to go back, so I think to have them here is extraordinary, and that commitment they have made to leaving their country, which is a real hard thing for them to decide to do, but it came with their president's blessing, and I don't think this Games could have been the Games it is without Team Ukraine." The Duke and Duchess of Sussex delighted Invictus Games competitors when they made an unannounced appearance at an evening reception last night. Meghan, 40, and Harry, 37, were seen mingling with competitors and fans as the sporting event's second day reached its close at Zuiderpark, in The Hague. Wearing a £3,600 Valentino dress, Meghan smiled as she posed for photos with Siraj Munir, an Iraqi former serviceman who is competing in the events. Meanwhile, Harry spent time speaking to members of the Ukrainian and Iraqi delegations. The royal couple are understood to have been unexpected guests at last night's engagement. Meghan, who was spotted wearing jeans and a wrap white top earlier in the day, switched to an off-white dress with floral cutouts on the shoulder for the early evening. The mother of 2 looked very stylish, pairing the dress with black heels and a small handbag, also in black. Her black locks were swooped to the side of the face, and the Duchess also sported a pair of sunglasses, shielding from the Dutch sun as she dropped in to greet fans. The couple hopped from one engagement to the other as they toured the Game's second day yesterday, with their Netflix filming crew following their every move. They started off the day by watching a number of the sporting events, including the sitting volleyball. They then parted ways for the afternoon. Harry went to film content with the BBC, while Meghan attended a children's book reading organised by the British Embassy. She told British Army veteran James Stride that she had wanted to attend the reading as it meant she was around children, and they reminded her of her own back home in California. "Meghan was quite chatty and told me she was missing her children," said James, one of the GB competitors in the Games being held in The Hague. She said she wanted to be with children as she was missing her own. The couple's first trip to Europe is understood to be the longest they have been apart from Archie, 3 and 10-month-old Lily. Prince Harry, whose commitment to the Games has outlived his role as a senior royal, seemed very relaxed and was determined to discuss issues close to his heart as the Games' second day rolled on. Speaking with the Netherlands Kinder correspondent reporters yesterday, he said he wanted his 2 young children, Archie and Lilibet, known as Lily, to grow up in a fairer world, a safer world, a more equal world. "It's not going to be easy, but I will never ever rest until I have as a parent at least tried to make the world a better place for them, because it is our responsibility that the world is the way it is now," the Duke told the child reporters, aged 11 and 12. "I don't think that we should be bringing children into the world unless we're going to make that commitment to make it better for them. We cannot steal your future." It comes as the Duchess of Sussex revealed how she is missing her 2 young children while attending the Invictus Games alongside Harry. Meghan made the confession as she sat in of a reading to a group of 12 children in a private event organised by the British Embassy. By Paul Thompson in The Hague, Netherlands, for Mail Online. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are being protected in a joint operation involving private security guards and members of the Dutch Royal Protection Squad during the Invictus Games. A former U.S. presidential Secret Service agent has been assigned to lead close protection for the couple, and it has been left to armed protection officers who usually guard the King of the Netherlands to provide security outside of the venue. Since arriving at the Invictus Games, the couple always travel in a 3-car convoy with burly Christopher Sanchez, a former bodyguard to President Obama, sitting in the front seat. A second Land Rover with 2 other private security guards follows Harry and Meghan's vehicle, while an unmarked Audi car containing 2 members of the Dutch Royal Protection Squad trails behind. Visitors to the Zuiderpark, where the Invictus Games are being staged, saw the 3-car convoy sweep into the venue, with Sanchez one of the first to jump from the car and stand protectively by Meghan's side. He was also with her during a book reading to a group of children and sat in a golf buggy that left with Meghan and 2 of her aides. Security guards from a company Dutch-based First Line Security provide extra backup in the crowd. They were spotted standing among the fans, hoping to catch a glimpse of Meghan during the book reading, and stood close by while she posed for selfies. All the guards wore earpieces to keep in contact with each other but did not carry firearms. During Meghan and Harry's visit, the officers from the Dutch Royal Protection Squad remained with the cars. One officer confirmed to Mail Online he was part of the team usually assigned to provide protection for the King of Holland. He was armed, and a small canister of pepper spray was visible on a utility belt. Having been given VVIP status, Harry would not have to pay for the Dutch Royal Police to provide protection. But he will be footing the bill for the ever-present private security firms, with one expert in the field saying the cost would be 6 figures. Meghan is understood to be returning to America today and likely travel with a bodyguard. Harry does not have any public appearances at the events scheduled, but is due to return on Tuesday to meet competitors at 2 events. The Duke is at the heart of an extraordinary legal wrangle over his security when coming to Britain. He mounted a legal challenge against the Home Office, having been told he would no longer be given the same degree of personal protective security when visiting from the US, despite claiming he had offered to pay for it himself. For the visit to Holland, Harry and his wife were given VVIP, very important person status that allowed Dutch royal protection officers to be assigned to them. A source said the police officers are responsible for security outside the Zuiderpark venue, where all the events for the injured and disabled servicemen are taking place. Inside the park, private security led by former Secret Service agent Sanchez keep watch over the couple. A former Secret Service agent and police officer from Texas, Sanchez has been chosen to act as close personal security because of his experience at big sporting events. He is a vice president of the Torchstone Global, a private security firm for millionaires and companies. Prior to joining the company, Sanchez was responsible for helping organize security at many major U.S. sporting events, including NFL games and golf tournaments. His experience of protecting former presidents Barack Obama and George W. Bush would have been a major attraction to Harry and Meghan. Sanchez was primarily based in Texas with the Secret Service, where he was assigned to protect George W. Bush, who had a home in the town of Midland. His CV on his LinkedIn page lists his duties as carrying out advanced security missions ahead of visits by the President and the First Lady. It says he conducted lead advances and evaluating security concerns through strategic intelligence, both foreign and domestic. Before joining the Secret Service, he was a police officer based in Houston, Texas. He has been with Torchstone for 3 years, and he says he offers high-profile clients such as Harry and Meghan peace of mind and confidence in an increasingly unstable and unpredictable world. Describing his expertise, he says he is skilled in crisis management, computer forensics, fraud investigations, criminal law, and internal investigations. His CV on LinkedIn reads, Mr. Sanchez is a vice president with Torchstone Global, a premier risk advisory firm formed to serve the unique needs of the world's leading organizations and individuals. The company focuses its efforts on preventive measures in personal protection, cybersecurity, fraud prevention, and intelligence gathering. Torchstone Global delivers customized security solutions for clients who seek to protect their most important assets, people, capital, and information. Harry and Meghan's annual bill for security has been put at close to £7 million, as he has been stripped of all his royal patronages. He does not qualify for protection from the US Secret Service, who would normally be assigned by the State Department. Huge events are taking place across the country to celebrate the Queen's 70-year reign. Celebratory occasions will include the Red Arrows performing overhead at RAF Cosford, to jousting at Hampton Court Palace and Sir Elton John among guests at a special concert at Buckingham Palace. Meanwhile, a 70-kilometre ultra challenge is taking place for runners wanting to celebrate Her Majesty's Platinum Jubilee in a unique way, and a 70-mile classic car run in Cornwall, featuring a car from every year of the Queen's reign, is also penciled in among a wide variety of events. Below, Mail Online has compiled the ultimate party guide to celebrating the Queen's Platinum Jubilee over the special extra bank holiday. The Tower of London will host a special concert with a programme of rousing and expressive choral music featuring the choir of the Chapel's Royal. Music inside the St. Peter and Vincula Chapel will reflect on the themes of coronation and queenhood. The event, hosted by Jason Manford and Fleur East, will feature performances from the likes of the Kaiser Chiefs, Tom Grennan, Steps and Ella Henderson among others. Tickets are now sold out for the event, but ITV and ITV Hub will be airing a special one-off show on a date to be confirmed in the coming weeks. Superbloom at the Tower of London will see more than 20 million seeds sown to create a spectacular, colourful, vibrant field of flowers that will fill the tower's moat. Designed to attract pollinators, Superbloom aims to bring spectacular natural beauty to the urban space. Visitors will be able to slide down the moat on a mat, while a specially commissioned sound installation and sculptural elements will also form part of the attraction. Tickets, from £12 for adults via the HRP website. Experience the historic sport of jousting in the gardens of the iconic Hampton Court Palace. A special family-friendly tournament will take place over 5 days that will see knights compete to be hailed champion, with spectators able to cheer, jeer and follow the fun from the sidelines. Tickets, free for members, from £26 and 10 for adults via the HRP website. A special concert is to take place at Birmingham Symphony Hall to celebrate the Queen's Jubilee that will include a selection of works from throughout her reign. Titles for the evening include music from the coronation, works dedicated to the Queen and HRH the Princess Margaret, music from across the Commonwealth, personal favourites of Her Majesty, My Fair Lady, and even bagpipes. Tickets, £13 to £55 via the City of Birmingham Symphony Orchestra website. Severn Valley Railway has renamed its 34,027 Tav Valley engine Elizabeth II to mark her Jubilee, as well as painting it purple. Across the Jubilee weekend, rock bands from the 1950s will play classic hits at multiple stations, while the Battle of Britain Memorial Flypast with a Lancaster will also take place on all 4 days. Tickets, from £32 and 40 on the Severn Valley Railway website. A service of thanksgiving will take place at St Paul's Cathedral to celebrate the Queen's 70-year reign. Little information is available at present, but it is understood the service will not be open to the public. Take the chance to enjoy musical entertainment at Windsor Castle's famed St George Chapel. The concert will feature special performances with the benefit of amazing chapel acoustics and will be hosted by BBC Radio 3's Petroc Trelawney. Tickets and further details for the concert will be available in due course. A special concert will take place in front of the Queen at Buckingham Palace. Mail Online reported last year that Sir Elton John, Ed Sheeran and Stevie Wonder were being lined up to perform at the concert, set to be the biggest celebration of the year in the UK. It is hoped to be similar to the Diamond Jubilee concert organised by Gary Barlow in 2012, which saw the likes of Sir Paul McCartney, Sir Tom Jones, Robbie Williams, as well as Kylie Minogue, Madness, and Annie Lennox take to the stage. A ballot for tickets has now closed, but up to 10,000 people will attend and the show will be broadcast live on BBC One and BBC iPlayer. Prior to the huge Platinum party at Buckingham Palace, the Queen will have an eye on the Epsom Derby. The Kazoo Derby, one of the most prominent races in the calendar, has been taking place since 1780 and this year will feature an official commemoration of the Queen. Her Majesty, an avid horse racing fan, has only missed the Derby 4 times in 75 years. Tickets, from £30 on the Jockey Club website. A Best of British Proms concert will feature Christina Johnson and a live music ensemble. Rousing classics such as Land of Hope and Glory, Abide With Me, Nimrod, God Save the Queen, Jerusalem, You'll Never Walk Alone will be played along with hits from the West End. Tickets, from £5 on the Wested Park website. Windsor's iconic Long Walk will host a huge picnic event with a carnival atmosphere featuring cars, music and sport from across the decades of Her Majesty's reign. The Platinum Party at the Palace will also be shown on giant screens for all to enjoy with their food. Picnic in the park. Afternoon tea at Sandringham. Where better to celebrate the Queen's Platinum Jubilee than at her much-loved country retreat at Sandringham? Visitors can enjoy a delicately packaged afternoon tea in a commemorative Platinum Jubilee design in the estate's parkland. Tickets, from £35 on the Sandringham Estate website. The day after its picnic in the park event, Windsor will host its annual Big Lunch. Friends and families will again be encouraged to bring picnics and Union Jack flags, while giant screens will show the Platinum pageant. Tickets arrangements are currently being put in place for a facility to reserve tables free of charge via a ticketing system, with details available soon. The pageant will combine street arts, theatre, music, circus, carnival and costume to celebrate the Queen's love of the natural world and dedication to the Commonwealth. A procession will take place along the Mall, emulating a moving river, while vintage cars and motorbikes will also feature. The event is split into 4 parts, the first of which will contain more than 2,000 military personnel, followed by vintage clothes and classic cars, an artistic element and then a surprise package. Tickets, open to the public, no booking required. 70 cars from 70 years will travel 70 miles through Cornwall from Bodmin to Penzance to mark the Platinum Jubilee. Organised by the Rotary Club of Bodmin, the event's oldest vehicle will be a 1952 MGTD. The Ultra Challenge will see competitors given the choice between running the full 70k, or spreading the distance across a kayak, run and cycle. There will be medals for all who complete the event, while there is the option to run a shorter distance if desired. The RAF Cosford Airshow will tell the 70-year-old story of aviation and its links to royalty through themed displays, while visitors can also enjoy a hands-on experience through immersive storytelling. Airshow Chairman, Wing Commander Kenny Wickens, said earlier this year, "We are delighted to announce the return of the RAF Cosford Airshow after 2 difficult years. A huge amount of work has been done in the early stages of planning this event to ensure we can provide a safe and enjoyable show for all of our visitors, and we look forward to welcoming everyone back to RAF Cosford for a day of celebration and entertainment." Tickets, adults from £34, under 16s go free, available to buy on the Cosford Airshow website. TV presenter Stephen Mulhern will host an event at the newly constructed arena that will feature a motorcycle display along with scouts, guides and Highland dancing. It will culminate with an after-event performance from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. That is all for today news. Please make sure to leave your comment and subscribe the channel below for more news update.